In this video, you're going to learn about lead ads, a very new and exciting ad format that Facebook have released. We'll start by understanding really what a lead ad is, then we'll look at some of the key benefits of it, and then we're going to look at some case studies and how companies big and small are really getting amazing results from lead ads, and there's going to be some really good hands-on strategies that I'll show you in these examples. And then finally, I want to show you how to set up a lead ad and some of the extra and additional things you'll need to do when you set that up in the Ads Create tool. So let's start by really understanding what a lead ad is. And a great place to do that is inside the Facebook Ads Guide. This will give you an overview of all of the type of ads and objectives that are available. I'll put a link to this in the resources section of this lecture so you can check it out anytime. And for this particular video, we're coming down here to lead generation to look in particular at these lead ads. Really, the purpose of this is to add a form to your ad to collect information from people interested in your business. So this is a way that you can collect email addresses, phone numbers for people who are interested in your business, and the primary objective is to get those names so you can call them back, you can put them into a CRM, or you can follow up with them. Now, if we look at how it actually looks here, you can see that this looks like a normal ad. Nothing looks any different to maybe a clicks to website ad. It's just an image that you click on. However, the big difference here is what happens after the click, and really we look at the ad form here to really understand that. So what we are seeing here is the full lead ad form, and you can see that there are various steps and screens in that process. Once a person clicks through on the ad, this is the process and the step that they really go through. What we have to start off with is a context card here. And if we click in here, we can see this in more detail. This is essentially a welcome screen, and you can see that there are some explanations about the business and what happens if they click to get this deal, to click to get a consultation, to click to get a quote. It's really explaining some of the terms and conditions and really just letting people know what's going to happen when they submit their email. That is optional. You don't need to put that in there if you want, but maybe as lead ads are quite a new ad format, this can be good to include so people really know what's happening. After they click through this, then they click Get Deal, they move on to the form itself. And here's where the magic starts to happen. Because Facebook has your name and your email, your date of birth, and maybe even your phone number, it will pre-fill this form for you. And that is great for the person who's filling out the form. A lot of the work is done for them. And it's also great for the business because much more people are going to be likely to hit that submit button if all of the work is already done. And we know that it's going to be accurate information as well if people have already submitted it to Facebook. Once you hit, or the person hits the submit button, it's on to the next step, which again is optional, a custom disclaimer, which you can include. And then finally, there is an end card, which really confirms that the submission has happened, and it gives people a chance to visit the website if they want then. So as you can see, the ad itself and the image, it looks normal. But this is where the magic is starting to happen in the lead ad. And here are some of the key benefits of having this ad form. Here is a quote from Land Rover, the digital and social media manager, who is really talking about the benefits of the lead ad. And I think this really sums it all up. That's why I want to show it to you. So Facebook native's lead ad outperformed link ads driving to the website to fill out a lead form in terms of total leads and conversion rates, while driving a 4x reduction in cost per lead compared to previous social lead generation tactics. So this is the key thing, and I think this is important to understand. What is the alternative to a lead ad? Well, it's a clicks to website campaign and encouraging people to fill out a form on the Land Rover website in this example. So you can see that keeping it in Facebook, pre-filling that data, is one of the reasons that they 4x their results, and that's how powerful that lead ad form is, although it seems like a very simple thing. Let's start to have a look at some case studies now and see how some big companies are really using these lead ad forms very effectively. This is Toyota Italy, and we can see that they generated 2,500 leads in 7 days, 95% lower cost than other benchmarks for digital channels, and 59% of those leads resulted in test drives. So they're not just picking up leads that didn't result in a business outcome, they are getting a 60% conversion on the lead to the action that they want, which is pretty amazing. Now, scrolling down, let's look at the actual tactics that they use, because this is pretty interesting. What Toyota actually did is first they started with a video ad, and there's an overview of it there. So the car maker tested a potent combination of video and lead ads, and this is the more tactical strategy stuff that you can maybe implement for yourself. So the first thing to do is use a beautifully shot video or a video, which really the purpose of was to build awareness and interest for the new model of their car. Then what they did is they actually used a lead ad to remarket to the custom audience of 1.7 million 30 to 65-year-old Italians who'd been reached by the video. So this is a really good strategy and will help you build up a targeted audience to put your lead ads in front to. First, you start with a video ad showing, just creating awareness. Then you remarket to people who've watched the video ad with the lead ads. That's a very smart strategy and anybody could use that. You don't need just to be a big car maker like Toyota. Let's move on to another case study, which is a local business, the Avoca Clinic. They do cosmetic surgeries and stuff like that. Let's have a look at how they used it. They used more core targeting, so interest demographics, maybe people within the radius of their clinic. And so you don't need to just use the video views custom audience. You can also use lead ads based on demographic targeting. In this case, probably targeting women for cosmetic surgeries within a radius of the clinic. So you can use these lead ads with normal core targeting or custom audiences as well. So now that you understand the benefits of lead ads and some examples of how to use it in a campaign strategically, let's come into the ad manager and look at some of the things that you need to think about when you're setting this up. Now, like every campaign that you will set up on Facebook, you're working through the 3 levels: campaign, ad set, and ads. At the start, at the campaign level, all you're doing is coming down and selecting lead generation, and then you're just clicking continue. Now, as you get into the ad set level, all the same steps apply. You'll want to select an audience, you'll want to select the placements for your ad, you want to select the budget and schedule. None of that stuff is different. It's the same as every other ad format that you'll use. However, when you come down into the ad level, there is an additional step, and you can see it down here, lead form. So maybe what I'll do is just set up this image so we can see this properly. What I'm going to do is just add in a free stock image and run through a little bit of the text that you might want to use for this. So here's an image we can use. And I want to give you an example of some of the text that you could be using. So the headline here, for example, could be get a free Skype consultation. Something like that. It doesn't have to be to get a quote. If you are in the business, maybe a digital marketing, you are a coach of some sort, you can get a free 15-minute Skype consultation. If I can type. Okay, so something like that is something that you could offer to get people to really sign up. Obviously, you can put the text in there as you want. You can change the call to action button. So is worth thinking about that headline and what are you actually offering people for them handing over their email address or phone number, etc. But the real different part is down here, this final part, the lead form. And this is where you really decide and fill out this information for your own flow here. So if we come in here, you just need to click add a new form. Then you can see you have these options for the welcome screen, which is optional. You can see the image from my ad has been pulled through here. You can write in the text, whatever you want. And it could be good to come back to these examples here if you want to get more understanding about what you should maybe put in there. When you come down and you just put in the questions that you want to ask. Is it email? Is there something else that you want to ask people? You can add in any custom questions there if you want. Private policy, again, what you want to do is because you're collecting customer information, you will need to include a link to your company's private policy showing that you're not going to be reselling their information or that type of thing. So you can put in the link text and you can put in the link URL. So if you want that to appear a little bit neater, you can put that in there. And the real link that it'll go to is here. If you also wanted to track how many people actually clicked through, you could use UTM tracking and then have a neater looking link there. But really click and see how many people actually click through and read that. You can also add in a custom disclaimer, which as we saw here is optional once again. And then finally, you can put in your thank you screen and put in the link to your website so that at the final stages, people can click through and go to your website if they want to read more. And you can put that into any particular link that you want. So you might set up a unique page about it, about the offer that you're giving people, maybe more information about what they can expect, or a link to your services page. In my example, if I was giving a free consultation, I could send them to maybe some success stories or maybe further information on the packages that I offer, so that before we even get on the free call or whatever it is that you're offering, they have a sense of what you offer. So now that you understand what leads ads are, the benefits of them, and how to tactically use them in your campaigns, go ahead and set one up for yourself following the steps that you've learned in this video.